Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be taking you through the CSEC IT papers. Now, if this is your first time of coming to this channel, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get updates when we release this set of questions. Now, question 1 says, which of the following device is not used in point of sales terminals? Now, the first one says printer. Now, printer is used in point of sales terminals to actually print your receipt. Plotter, it's not used in point of sales terminals. Barcode reader is used to actually read the code and get the price of the goods. Then electronic cash register is also used in payment. So the correct answer in question 1, it's the one that is not being used, it's plotter. So plotter is the correct answer. So I'm going to circle my B. Now, question 2 says an application in which scanners are commonly used. An application in which scanners are commonly used is A, we have publishing, B, billing, C, printing report, and D is check processing. Now, when you process a check, you have to scan the check to ensure it's an authentic check. So the correct answer here is check processing. That is where scanners are always used. A scanner is being used to scan the check. Now, question 3 says, which of the following terms does not refer to a form of information processing? A, process control, B, data validation, C, automation, D, scientific data processing. Now, it's asking which of them is not a form of processing information. When you do process control, you're actually processing an information. So when you do process control, you are processing an information. When you do automation, you are actually processing an information automatically. Scientific data processing is also processing an information. Data validation is verifying an already processed information. So the one that has nothing to do with information processing is data validation. So I'm going to tick my B. So question 4 says, advantage of information process includes. Now, what are the advantages of processing information? Now, we have A, retraining of staff, B, less human intervention, C, increasing the amount of equipment needed, D, reduction of face-to-face interaction. Now, one thing you have to know about information processing is when you do that using a computerized method, what do? You tend to less human intervention. So the correct answer here is B. So I'm going to circle my B. So that will take us to question 5. Now, question 5 says telecommuting can be best described as A, making a communication between two companies, B, working from home by connecting home and office, C, working from home by having employees at home, and D, making communication between the home and office. Now, telecommuting, it's actually working from your home. When you work from your home, you connect your home and your office. So the correct answer is B. So I'm going to circle my B. Now, question 6 is, when the computer is working on giving instructions, it's called what? Now, when a computer is actually performing some certain instructions or currently undergoing some current instructions, you call it processing. So the computer is processing the information. You could give the computer some data to actually work on, and it could sum up that data. So while it is summing up that data, it is actually processing the data. Now, question 7 says, which of the following is not a function of the control unit? Now, you need to understand the difference between the control unit and the arithmetic and logic unit before you can be able to answer this question. Now, the control unit gets these informations probably from either the input device, it controls it to whoever is going to answer the informations. So let's look at the options. A, read instruction. Yes, the control unit reads the instructions. B, interprets the instructions. Yes, the control unit interprets the instructions. C, it directs the operations. Yes, the control unit can direct the informations to some certain devices to carry out. Execute the instruction. No, the control unit does not execute instructions. What the control unit does, it's direct. Then it now gives does execution of instructions is called the ALU. That's the arithmetic and logic unit. So our correct answer in number 7 is B. Now question A, the unit of storage used to represent a character, it's called A bit, B byte, C word, D kilobyte. The correct answer here is byte. Now, I want you to know that a bit is actually used for passing information. Used for passing information in 1 and 0. Passing info in 1 and zeros. Okay, sorry, this is 1 and zeros. Okay, now a byte is the most unit storage of a computer. That's why we say how many kilobytes. So the correct answer is a byte. It's not a word. A kilobyte is it contains kilobyte. It's 1024 bytes. So know the difference. So the correct answer is bytes. Question 9 says, in modern computers, the CPU speed is measured in what? So the CPU speed, it's not kilohertz, it's not gigabytes, it's not kilobytes. The correct answer. Now you need to understand that the unit of CPU speed, it's actually a frequency, so it's measured in hertz. So the correct answer here is gigahertz and not gigabyte. So I'll circle my D. Now question 10 says, in modern personal computers, the CPU speed, it's measured in, okay, so it says in modern personal computers, the CPU speed, it's measured in, okay, I think the same question is repeating itself. To abbreviate gigahertz, it's GHz. So question 9 and question 10 are similar. Now question 11 says, which one of the following statements best describe the term information? Now this is a very smart question. Now informations are actually, it says best describe. So it could be, the information could be true, but it does not best describe it. Now A says it is raw fact. Are informations raw facts? Yes, but they are not only raw facts. Informations can also be processed facts. So A does not suit our answer. Yes, informations are always meaningful. So I think already our correct answer is in B. So C says it is not the result of processing. So information is actually the result of processing. Then D does not have any value. Informations do have values. It's possible it does not also have values, but at times it could be values. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be letters A, B, C, D. Okay, so question 12 says ENIAC was the first one. ENIAC is electronic computers. So ENIAC is electronic computers. So our correct answer here is B. Okay, so question 13 says, which is not an example of a peripheral device? Now, a peripheral device are those devices that can be attached to the computer but are not a main part of the computer. They can be plugged out and plugged in. For example, your keyboard, your mouse, your printer, your speakers. So they are peripheral devices. Any device that can be detached from the computer and does not stop the computer from running, they are called peripheral device. So from what I've explained, you know, keyboard is a peripheral device, mouse is a peripheral device, floppy disk is a storage device. So it's not a peripheral device. So the correct answer is C. Floppy disk is for storage. So speaker can be detached, so it's a peripheral device. Question 14 says, a program is a hardware device, no. A memory device, no. A set of instructions, this says register. Now, a program is a set of instructions telling the computer to obey a particular set of instructions and give a particular result. So the correct answer in 14 is C. Now, question 15 says, which device is not found in the CPU? Now, the CPU is called the Central Processing Unit. It contains the ALU, which is the Arithmetic and Logic Unit. It contains the Control Unit. It also contains the Instruction Register. It contains the Instruction Register. But the printer, the CPU does not contain a printer. Now, remember I told you a printer a printer is actually an output device, and you can also say a printer is a peripheral device. So CPU is a main part of the computer. Now question 16 says the ALU processes data and stores it in a diskette. No, a diskette is used for storing your own personal information. The ALU stores in the main memory. So B is the correct answer. Now, when you talk about program counter holds the address of the instruction that is being executed. It holds the address of the instruction that is being executed. While the instruction register tells the computer what instructions to carry out, the instructions to execute. Okay, so that'll take us to question 17. 17 says, which one of the following is not a function of the control unit? Now, we've answered this question before. The control unit, A, fetch instructions from memory, yet. B, decode instructions, yet. C, process instructions, no. What processes the instruction? It's the ALU. So C is not a function. Then D, fetches data for required instructions. Yes, it fetches the data. Now question 18 says, complex scientific research is usually done using, you use supercomputers, not microcomputers, not mini computers, not mainframe computers. Now question 19 says, the main component that forms the basis of second generation computers was, now note that vacuum tube formed the first generation. This did not form anyone. Integrated circuits formed the third generation. Now, the second generation is transistor, and the correct answer here is D. So this is second generation. Now, it says the third generation were used during, this is third generation. It happened between 1964 and 1970. Why 1956 to 1963 is second generation, why this is first generation computers.